Hey folks, name's Luke Ripa and welcome to the 50th episode of Luke Ripa Collection here on Weekos. Given it's the 50th episode, I wanted to showcase a very limited edition I have that is actually pretty cool. That is the limited edition box set for Kick-Ass, the 2010 action classic from Matthew Vaughn based on Mark Millar's and John Romita's classic graphic novel. A movie famous for catapulting Aaron Taylor Johnson, who's rumored to be the next James Bond, into stardom. This, I believe, was an Amazon UK exclusive, and given the film was produced by Lionsgate, it had a localized distribution in Europe. It just happens in the UK it was distributed by Universal, who eventually produced the ill-fated sequel. Despite Universal also distributing the movie in other European countries such as Germany and Spain, this edition is pretty much localized to the UK, as you'll see by the audio details. Lots of chit-chat to begin with, but now it's time to go look at it. As you can see, it's a very big edition, made to stand out in your collection. The front is pretty simple, with the title in yellow looking like it has been spray painted on it, with splashes of yellow and warnings in yellow and red. It also has the UK rating sign, because they have to have it in front. Let's turn it around, and we have splashes of red and purple, with 3 different excerpts. Well, 2, The Guardian, one is just a 5-star score. We also have about the movie, what's included with the edition, pictures of the content of the edition, and a warning about a scene with the strobing effect. Probably the one where Nicolas Cage, Big Daddy and Chloe Grace Moretz's girl escaped captivity, which indeed might be problematic for some subjects. In terms of audio, we are very limited. Just English in DTS HD Master Audio and English audio description track in Dolby Digital 2.0. As you can see, this is a very limited edition. It's number 879 of 1300. Anyway, let's open it. So we have an introduction from Mark Millar, one of the authors of the comic book, where he talks about what's in his mind when he's working, his collaboration with director Matthew Vaughn, which will evolve considerably, his love for cinema, and him being a geek. Pretty nice read. Below it, we have a print of John Romita's artwork featuring Kick-Ass and Hit Girl with their comic book design, specially commissioned for this edition. Really cool looking. Now we have more content. First, the Blu-ray, in a very nice slip case. It features Kick-Ass and title both in translucent finish above a red background which features a splash of blood, as well as the cast: Aaron Johnson, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, Mark Strong, Chloe Grace Moretz, and Nicolas Cage. It also features the always present UK rating and a review excerpt from Empire. Turn it around, and usual we have stills from the movie, about the movie, review excerpts, score, bonus features, which have a translucent finish much like Kick-Ass himself, and credits. Lots of extras, all pretty good. Very nice slipcase, and the case behind it is a simple MRA which features exactly the same art as the slipcase. And inside, we have the disc. After that, we have 5 art cards which present the origin story of Big Daddy and Hit Girl, all of which are pretty cool, as you can see. Nice. Also, we have 5 postcards with the 4 main characters from the film, which, if you pull them out together, make for a really nice cityscape. It's overall really nice, though, as you know, by now I'm not a fan of postcards. Last but not least, and one of the main reasons I picked it up, is the entire original graphic novel. As you can see, it's still in pristine conditions despite being read over 14 years ago, because it was left inside this box. It's a really good graphic novel, by the way, and I absolutely suggest you read it. Granted, if you don't mind violence, but if you mind it, you won't even like the movie. Let's put everything back. Look, here there is enough space for another Blu-ray. I'll probably put in the 4K edition once I pick it up. And here it is, the Kick-Ass limited edition box set. The movie was one of my favorites way back in 2010. I was 17, so it was the perfect target for such a movie. And in 2013, I was very excited for Kick-Ass 2, especially considering I read the graphic novel, which is even more disturbing than the first chapter, and the additions of Jim Carrey and Donald Faison. The latter because I'm a crazy Scrubs fan, so the idea to see him in a blockbuster was nice. Unfortunately, despite having a very competent director in Jeff Wadlow, the film failed to capture the graphic novel, in large part because of a bloated script that didn't feel like it followed the character's logic from the first one. On the other hand, Matthew Vaughn and Mark Millar continue to work together, The Kingsman Saga and Argyle, which are seemingly connected, are born through this collaboration. All based on Miller's comics, which are all part of the same universe alongside Wanted and Jupiter's Legacy, though I don't think that will translate into the live-action world. That said, Vaughn has produced a movie called School Fight, which is completed and now in search of distribution, which should be the first chapter of a trilogy whose last film should be the reboot of Kick-Ass. Let's see how that goes. Anyways, did you watch Kick-Ass? What did you think about it? Let me know down in the comments. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe to Weekos. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok and Twitch. My name is Luke Ripa, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.